Welcome to Leap Into Your Story podcast, where you discover your inner story, break down the process, and meet others who've done it so you can leap into your own story. We interview amazing guests who provide powerful insights that inspire you to get your story told. Be sure to visit our website at leapintoyourstory.com, and while you're there, subscribe and like us via your favorite social media network. Now sit back, get ready to take some notes, and let's get started. This episode of Leap Into Your Story podcast is brought to you by Leap Into Your Story course. Visit leapintoyourstory.com, where you have a guide to get your story told.
I had this false belief, this illusion that just because people shared this path, that they were living a life where they recognized that they were complete. None of us do. Okay? We go in and out of this recognition, this conscious awareness. And so what had happened was, the more notoriety that I developed during that time, of course, creative juices cannot be held back. They cannot be held back. So the more I'm creating, the more I wanted to create, and the greater were my understandings about what was really happening with people. And I brought all of this into the programs that I was creating at the time, but I was limited in what I could develop and create because of my own personal environment. And so this epiphany that happened when I was out in Montana was really, like I said, it was, okay, the jig's up, enough playing, enough practicing, enough, acquiescing. The world needs you. And when I stepped out of that world of constraint and restrictions and impossibilities, I walked into a world of possibilities, and I started to have the most incredible experiences. Number one, while I was married, I had had a number of medical issues that I just sort of brushed off, thinking, oh, this is just aging. And I'm talking real issues, like pain in my hips so bad that I couldn't get up out of a chair if I'd been sitting there for a while, digestive problems, constant headaches. And I used to have what I called reoccurring nightmares at night, but they all had the same theme. I couldn't find my wedding ring. And I would wake up in a sweat, and I'd be pulling, things apart in my drawers and all of this. Well, of course, those were panic attacks, but I wouldn't allow myself to recognize that at the time. But what happened when I had that epiphany, that really, it was a complete pivot in my life. All of those medical issues disappeared. One day I realized I jumped up out of my chair. I could have done cartwheels across my front lawn. That's how great I felt. I realized, oh my God, it's been a year. I haven't had an Advil or Tums or a panic attack. And I looked about 10 years younger. People kept asking me, what did you do? What did you do? And I'm thinking, oh my God, all I did was that I started to love myself in a way that I had never allowed myself to before.
Growing up, it's like you don't really know what life is all about growing up. You only have your own perception about things. And a lot of times when you grow up in certain situations, your perceptions about the world are not good. And your beliefs about the world are not very good. And the beliefs about yourself aren't very good. So once these beliefs become solidified, once you really believe something about yourself, you almost look at the world to confirm those beliefs that you have. So for instance, if you believe something already, you're going to look for that belief system, and it's going to create your reality. I had a conversation this morning with somebody, and we were talking about, if you already believe something, That's all you're going to see when you look at it. You're not going to see anything else. So this is how you get programming works. This is how you get this view of what the world looks like, what relationships look like, what you're capable of, what your limits are, is created at a very young age. And then when those are created, then your life starts to manifest around those belief systems. So if you can imagine being raised in foster care or being severely abused as a young child, sexually, physically, emotionally, your views, your core beliefs about those views are going to start to shape your reality. And growing up, you're going to start having everything that you believe. It's not about what you want. It's about what you truly believe at the deepest level.
Thank you for tuning into the Leap Into Your Story podcast, where you discover your inner story, break down the process, and meet others who've done it so you can leap into your own story. Remember to visit our website at leapintoyourstory.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're there, subscribe and like to us via your favorite social media network. We're looking forward to seeing you next time on the Leap Into Your Story podcast.